Alrighty. Welcome, 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 all of you. Welcome to those of you live. Welcome to those of you in the recording. We have got some keen bunnies here today. So we are celebrating the gorgeous humans who are going to collect their gorgeous gems. And those keen bunny gems are getting a little upgrade, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now, just welcoming you all into the space. We've just taken a moment here live to acknowledge that it's been a pretty kind of tough week. So, welcoming all of you into the space. And let's see how we go today. Let's see how we go. Let's do our best. Week 4, mission 4. Alrighty, let me get. Okay. So, the Keen Bunny Gems, you're going to love this. I think you're going to love this, have been upgraded to the Sacred Time Guardians. Booyah, Sacred Time Guardians. So, basically, what it means is, I just wanted to acknowledge that, look, it is early. It is hard sometimes to turn up on time. And it just means that we get through everything and that we get more breakout rooms. And it's like this little piece of us that gets to turn up for one another. And I wanted to just acknowledge that. And there will be an overall winner of the Sacred Time Guardian team. So far, Ascend team has two Sacred Time Guardian gems, and Magic team has one Sacred Time Guardian gem. So, congratulations to both of you, gorgeous creatures. All right, now with the diamond gems, we're going to do like one big gem party when we get our love gem today. But just checking with the diamond gems, who pop in the chat a D for diamond. Who got a little diamond gem today? Because this puppy has also been upgraded. And what we're going to be going for is our devoted diamond keeper award. And what you will need is 4 practice gems out of the 8 possible gems to become a devoted diamond keeper. And the team who has the most devoted diamond keepers will also get a little award. So just checking, did anybody get a little D for diamond in the chat? D for diamond. Yes, Neen, celebrating you. Anybody else get a little D for diamond in the chat? Anybody else manage to get their 3 lots of 5 minutes? Celebrating you, trusting you. Congratulations. Ah! And they go, John Mark, smashing it, honey. All right, beautiful, beautiful guys. I also wanted to, it's week 4 now, so we're on mission 4, and I mentioned in week 1 that I was going to be awarding a Grand Master Quester award. I didn't want to, there's so many pieces to the quest, I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with all the pieces and all the detail, but I wanted to just mention it briefly now. I thought we're far along enough now for me to start mentioning it. So basically what this is I am going to be on the lookout for just someone who turns up as outstanding, someone who consistently turns up, doing their best to turn up like on time, doing their best to really, to pop things in the chat, to contribute with comments, to just really be a leader, be exceptional. So I'm going to be looking for that. And whoever that is, I'm going to buy a physical award and mail that to you wherever you are. And that is whether you are live or whether you are on the recording. So for those of you who are doing the solo quest, that would mean the way that you turn up in the Facebook portal, which would be your opportunity to turn up, or the way that you turn up in those 3 practice parties. So just letting you know that is coming your way, my loves. Just a reminder, if you want to really get excited with the little emoji situations, that's where you go to. You go to where it says react, you pop something in the emoji bar, and then you get the little puppies up on the screen. That rocks my world ridiculously hard. So just remembering our intentions as always, that we are here to create a portal of Just love and safety and support for each other. For every single one of us who are here today, we are here to create this energy of just really treasuring each other in a portal of absolute magic. We are also here to create a system for life, a personal system that really works for us forever. And, it's definitely not about me. Like I definitely don't know what it is that is going to be best for you in your life, but you do. And so it's about coming up with your system and your way to get you through the hairy moments in life. And it's also about getting some answers, for all the areas of life, the core areas about you, the core areas about love, and the core areas about life itself. Getting that wisdom and those messages both from your inner guidance through the journeys and from your fellow participants. So just remembering, as always, our intentions. And just where are we up to right now? Just a little remembering of where we're up to in this moment. Um, so we're in the first quest, Master Gift Quest. And in mission one, we collected our magic gem. Mission two, we got our Zen gem. Mission three, we activated our healer. Today, we are going to activate our love gem. Next week, we get our life gem. And then in mission six, we get our mission gem. And that will unlock our master gift, which is going to be an epic, cool ceremony that I take you through where you will select your personal sacred master gift. It's pretty damn cool. Mission three, what did we do last week? Last week, we did a deep dive into the Ascend posse and we activated our smell and our taste. We also we had some breakout room time. We did our healer activation. We started the recharge remedies working with plants. We journeyed into the cups in the tarot and we had some more breakout time. Now, what are we doing today? Today, we are going to do a deep dive into Magic Posse, and we are going to we're going to activate the Magic Power sense, and we're also going to do a deep dive into the area of love, the area of relationships. God bless us all, man. All right, we're going to do some breakout room time. I've really tried to structure it today. I want more breakout rooms, so I think you're going to be happy because my aim is to have a bunch more breakout rooms, and fingers crossed, we're going to be able to fit those in today. I feel confident we are. We are going to start looking at psychometry, which is epic stuff. So it's basically doing readings activated by touch and then triggering all the psychic languages. So it's super cool. I'm looking forward to playing with that today and doing a journey through that together. We are also going to start looking at earth remedies today, where we are going to activate and program a personal crystal for our use. We are going to continue our tarot journey looking at wands and and we're going to do some more breakout time and just checking, can we vote for the best contributor? Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, we've already got Scarlett Kylia. People are loving on you hard, babe. They're wanting to vote for you, honey. You ask thoughtful and relevant questions to help the group. It's actually really true, Scarlett. You are a friggin' boss, and I am friggin' loving you hard as well. That is beautiful. I love that idea of people voting for the best contributor. I think, actually, yes. Let's make it a vote, and I will take those votes into acknowledgement. Yeah, I think the voting is awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks for that idea, Nina. I love that. I love that hard. Might even make it that it's a People's Choice Award. That could be really cool. Okay, what else? Now we are going to step straight into the ceremonial space by acknowledging country. And as always, when we acknowledge country, we are going to acknowledge all the posse that we work with. So for us, what that means is I would like to acknowledge the Earth posse, the earth herself, the elements, the plants, and the animals. I am currently on the Sunshine Coast on Gubbi Gubbi country, and I would like to extend this blessing to all the land, for every quester and just all the land, full stop. So many blessings to every piece of magical land that we are celebrating here today. I want to extend this blessing to the entire ascended posse, to the gods, the ascended masters, and the ancestors, past and present and future. Many blessings to all. And I want to extend this blessing to the magic posse, the angelic realm, the aliens, all the starseed beings, and the elementals or the fairy realm. So many blessings. Welcome, welcome. We invite all of you gorgeous beings in to support us on our journey, and we are excited for what is going to unfold today. So we are going today, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Now, I know normally we do two journeys. So what I've done today is I've actually decided to bring both the journeys that I was going to do and combine them into one big journey. And so that we get more breakout time. So we're going to do the journey in the middle of the class today, just mixing it up a little bit, and we're going to kick straight off with psychometry. So what I would love for you guys to do is to grab the piece of jewelry that you or the piece of jewelry or the thing that you are going to be doing a reading on, and just get it next to you. And it's now time to get that little darling out of the box or out of the bag and to just put it down in front of you, just out of the box, out of the bag, and to put it down in front of you. Now, I just want to take a moment to just say what psychometry is, my experience with psychometry before we dive into doing this process together. Psychometry, basically what it is, as I mentioned very briefly, it's using really the sense of touch. So, but what happens is it's not touch alone, it's that the sense of touch then activates all the other psychic languages. So when we go through this journey of doing this psychometry session together, I'm going to guide you through the different psychic languages to see what you get. So my experience with psychometry was when I was in my 20s, I was such a woo-woo nerd, and I used to go to so many different psychic development circles and psychic development groups. And psychometry is something that they do really hard to practice your skills. There's also this thing called spiritualist church, and it's literally like a church for trippers, so, and it's basically where people get up on the platform and channel messages for people. And so what they would do at the start of that was that they would ask you to bring a flower and they would have paper bags. And you would put that flower, you would send your energy into the flower and then put the flower in a paper bag. And the person doing the readings would pull paper bags out, lift the flower out, feel it, and do readings on the participants. So that was kind of how I got introduced to psychometry. Ah, perfect. You've been to it in Nambour. Good old Nambour, baby. Psychometry in Nambour. Amen, baby. Amen. So I'm just curious, has anybody else ever tried psychometry? Just put in a P for psychometry in the chat if anybody has ever given this a crack before. I'm just curious if we've got anybody ever tried it before. Good, John Mark, of course you have. John Mark is a freaking boss. Colleen, of course. These people, like, you guys are already friggin' bosses in the psychic realms. Beautiful, beautiful guys. Just curious, anybody else? Okay, perfect. John Mark and Colleen. So if you guys who've already worked with psychometry, if you guys have any tips, anything else above and beyond what I share, I would love for you to pop that in the chat. I will read it out. I don't pretend to be an absolute expert at this. This is not my go-to. But I thought it would be very important to share the process because some of you might have this as one of your core powers and gifts, and I would feel negligent if I did not introduce you to it. So we are going to kick this off. I'm going to get a little bit of background music playing because we're going to go straight into this process, my loves. Now, got a nice little... Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, everybody can hear that music, I assume. Maybe just one of you pop yes or Y in the chat, just so I know that's coming through. Perfect. Thank you, honey. Thank you. So what we're going to do now, I'm just wondering if maybe I should be holding my thing. Oh yeah, it's a bit low in the thing anyway. Okay. So what I want you to do now is we are going to together work through this beautiful process. So the first thing we're going to do is, and just trusting whatever you've got. Yeah, if you couldn't get it from someone else and you've got something from your childhood, perfect. Just trusting, whatever you have got. So what I like to do when I do psychometry is I always, in any intuitive work, I always think you get a better result if you ask a question and you get very specific. So I would like to, for all of us to just tune in together before we really start going in and just asking a question. For example, what does this person need to know right now? That might not be your question. That might be a nice go-to question. But whatever question comes to you, I just want you to get very clear in this moment on a question. Getting very clear on a question. Jotting it down if you need to. I might get you guys, sorry, I should have said that, just to grab some paper and a pen. You've probably already got it near you, so just getting some paper and a pen ready, just in case you get some really specific messages that you want to jot down, so you don't forget them. Okay, my loves. So now what we want to do is we're going to start with our non-dominant hand. So, if you're right-handed in your left hand, if you're left-handed in your right hand. So grabbing the item and just putting it right in the center of your non-dominant hand. And then together, what we're going to do is we're going to do the C process. So what that means, we're going to slow down, we're going to expand, and we're going to start exploring. So firstly, we're just going to slow down. We're going to do our big zhuzh, just dropping, feeling ourselves just landing in space, landing in space. A couple of breaths here. And then what I want you to do is to actually expand your energy, your biofield, your aura. I want you to expand that and surround it right around this object. Surround it right around this object, totally covering the energy of this object. I want you to also feel that this object has a biofield, has an energetic field, which it does in some form. And I want you to imagine that that little object is extending its energy out and surrounding its own energy around you. And I would like you to, in whatever way is true for you, to form a little bond with this object. You might picture a little hug. You might picture like an avatar, a little tail coming out and forming a bond with something in that object. Whatever's right for you, but I want you to form a bond with that little object. And now it is time, once you've formed some type of bond, now it's time to start exploring. I want you to just start exploring what comes to you. I'm going to give you first 30 seconds just randomly, and then I'm going to move you through together the psychic languages. So firstly, I'll just be silent for a moment and just see if anything randomly comes in any of your languages. You might want to move it up and down your hand. You might want to roll it around your fingertips. That sometimes activates the psychometry. You might want to roll it around the palm of your hand. Put it down and then pick it up again. Sometimes the picking up can activate it. We're now going to move through the 7 psychic languages. So firstly, I want you, as you hold it, just tuning in. Do you see anything? Does any flash come into your mind? Any image, any symbol, any visual, anything come into your mind? Jotting that down. Do you hear anything? Do you hear a song? Do you hear a word? Do you hear a sound? Human sounds, sounds of nature, voices, happy sounds, non-happy sounds, or anything you hear. Is there now anything that you smell or taste? Anything that you smell or taste with this object? It's so crazy. Like when I go to smell, I'm like, I smell sunshine. Is that even a thing? Anyway, that's what comes to me. I smell sunshine. That smell you get when it's a sunny day and everything feels crisp. Mm. So it can be very random the way that the messages come through. It may not be a normal smell or taste. Moving over to the other side of our psychic languages. Is there any sensation, anything you sense, any sensation that pours through your body? Any sensation that pours through your body? Jotting anything down. And now tuning into clear empathy and feeling our emotions. Are there any feelings? This can be a very strong one for psychometry. Are there any feelings that hit you, might have already hit you? Any feelings that hit you about the question that you had for this person or for your child, your inner child? Any feelings, any emotions that are a clue to a deeper, bigger message? Psychometry is moving through doorways into messages through touch. Beautiful. It's a beautiful system. And lastly, moving into knowing. When you held this piece, or when you hold this piece, does anything just land in your body of like, boof, I just know this. I know this about the person who owns this piece of jewelry. Any sense of knowing, tuning into that now, jotting it down. Now, like you just put the object down for a moment, just shake both your hands, and then grab the object in your other hand. And we're just going to move through the languages again, just grabbing your object in your other hand and just feeling, because we can get different pieces of information in both hands, and we also can get different pieces of information when we do both hands together. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this, okay? So just in the other hand, and it also, we go deeper if we do 3 rounds. That's why we do it this way on purpose. So kicking back off, just does anything randomly land as you hold it in this other hand? Anything randomly land? Any messages? Jotting them down. Totally trusting yourself, totally cool whether you do or don't get anything. And now we're going to move through those 7 psychic languages. We are going to kick off again by tuning into sight. Is there anything that you see? Symbols, images, flashes, and tuning in. Is there anything that you hear? Words, sentences, directions, sounds, songs, animal noises. Do you hear anything for this beautiful psychometry reading? Tuning into smell and taste now. Is there anything that you taste or smell? Anything you smell or taste? Happiness is what comes to me. I'm like, oh, this has got good vibes, this piece. Good vibes. I taste happiness, whatever that means, something. So sometimes you'll get something because, for example, I just want to mention this because clairaudience is one of my greatest. Sometimes when I tune into the other language, it comes in words linked. So we can receive something with using dual languages, just something to note. Moving over to the other side now of our psychic languages, going into sense, any sensations that move through your body. You feel warmth, feel cold, feel any tingles, any sort of benevolent, beautiful sensations that feel supportive, or any sensations that make you kind of retract and move back going, ooh, something's a bit off. Something was not okay there. Moving now into the emotions. Are there any feelings that land as you hold this object in your dominant hand? Any feelings that land? Trusting yourself. And lastly, claircognizance, the knowing. Is there anything when you held this, or as you now tune into your claircognizance, anything you just know, you're like, damn, I just know it. Know it. Jotting anything down. Once again, putting the object down. Putting the object down for a minute, shaking both your hands again. Shaking both your hands. And now we're going to move one final move through a little more quickly this time for any final tune-ins. Holding it in both your hands. So this is whatever that means. You may want to dance, just alternate it literally 1 second in one hand, 1 second in the other. Like literally spread the object out between both your hands and hold it in the palms of both your hands. Whatever is right for you, but it's moving it and making sure both your hands are repeatedly touching. So one hand might be beneath it and one hand might be touching it above it. Whatever way works, but both hands on the object. Moving through the languages now. Firstly, any instant, sudden anything come to you as you touch this object with both hands. Any instant, any message. Jotting it down. And now, is there anything you see? Is there anything you see? Any images, symbols, any visuals come to you now? Anything you hear? Is there anything you hear? Any words? Deepening the round to see if there's further messages. This gives our intuition an opportunity to really know that, oh, we mean it. We're like really seeking a reading here, you know, and our intuition goes deeper for us. Anything you hear, songs, sounds, animal sounds, human sounds, nature sounds, words. And is there anything you smell or taste? Anything you smell or taste? Something in the air, something from a kitchen, something pleasant, something unpleasant. Favorite foods, non-favorite foods. The taste of something that isn't even a food. Whatever it may be, trusting. Moving over to the other side of our psychic languages. clairsentience, anything you sense in your body, any sensations in your body running through your body, any physical sensations that come to you as you touch this object with both your hands. And now moving into clair empathy, our emotional center, feeling. Are there any feelings, any emotions coming up for you as you touch this object with both your hands? And lastly, moving into our claircognizance, the knowing. Do you just know something? What do you just friggin' know? Jotting that down. And now lastly, putting the object down one more time. I find it powerful to put the object down and then pick it up repeatedly because it's like it reactivates something. It can bring like a fresh energy. Once again, picking it up in whatever way you want, one hand, both hands, move it between, whatever's right for you. Want you to now connect to the posse portals. I want you now to connect to the entire posse portal of the Earth posse, the Ascended posse, and the magic posse and source and spirit itself. I want you to connect to the entire realm of beings that are here supporting us and just see, does any posse being appear for this person? And if so, what is their message? Is there something that they want this person to know or do? Is there a message for this person to know or do from this posse member? Trust in yourself. You are deeply connected to all the posse and all the realms. Is there any being that presents for this person? And if so, what is the message? Okay, so thanking this object for offering its wisdom to you, no matter how big or small, even if you received one tiny piece through those rounds, you have just practiced psychometry. This is not for the special ones. Like I say, none of this is for the special ones. This is for everyone. We are all like part of source. We are all absolutely infinitely connected to the divine, and we are capable of all of this. So the only thing is that not all of us are going to have a superpower for everything. But for some, I have a feeling that some of you are going to be great at psychometry. I've just got a vibe. So I'm very curious now. Um, just maybe, so just we're going to close this little portal, say thank you to the item, thank you to the person who gifted, who, well, not gifted, who shared the item with you to do the reading, who was vulnerable and offered and opened themselves up to you in this way. Thank you for the posse. Thank you to all spirit. And now just gently removing our bond, bringing our bond with that object, bringing our energy back into our own center, doing a little bit of a shake, shaking off that person and that object, and just taking, 10 to 30 seconds to send light and energy to ourselves. Just sending light and energy to ourselves, just bringing ourselves back into our own auric field, because we've just been sitting in the energy of another. We don't want to stay in that energy. We want to return to our sense of self. So just now tuning in now to just tuning in now to your sense of self. Feeling your chakras, feeling your root chakra, bright red, feeling that beautiful sacral chakra, bright orange, feeling your solar plexus, beautiful yellow. And feeling the green heart chakra, feeling the blue throat chakra, feeling that indigo third eye, and feeling that beautiful violet in that crown chakra, feeling an energy burst from the base of the earth, pouring right through you, through every single one of your chakras, pouring right out into the sky, shooting out around your entire auric field. You are your own healer, bringing yourself fully back into yourself. I would love for you to just pop in the chat. How was that for you guys? How was that for you guys? Did we get some messages? If so, does anybody want to pop a word or an anything that you received? A word or an anything that you received in the chat? A word or an anything that you received in the chat, my loves? How did we go in psychometry? It's a bit of a journey. Bit of a journey in psychometry. Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. Wavering, a back and forth motion. Fascinating. Okay. Cool. 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 This is new. We're just giving this a go, right? We're just giving this a go. Okay, Reiki symbol, darkness, heavy, jaguar, slow, precise presence, a back side pain, so specific. Okay, thank you, Abby. Alice, some guidance. Okay, cool. So what I wanted was I'm just wanting to bring tools in. Very interesting. He wants to practice more. Thanks, Nick. Received a message that the object was for protection, and the message was, "You are doing so well." Oh my God, that just gave me shivers, made me a little bit teary. So what I love about this is that we can all do it. All right, the left hand, thanks, John Mark. Left hand heavily, an insight into the person's past. The right was the future, and both was a pulse. I am friggin' loving this so hard. Briefly saw ashy clouds over a sea. Oh my God, thank you, Audrey. Wow, these are so specific and so friggin' awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing. Okay, right hand or both hands together was strongest for you. And that is why we practice. We try we do the 3 rounds, because sometimes the first round's a little bit of foreplay, and you could make the first round the right hand, like the other hand, like, so you just mix it up, and it might be different every time. You might just immediately feel to start with both hands. I've just given you like a little framework system. So you have a go-to and you just do your best, right? You guys are amazing. So what we're going to do now, I think how am I doing for time? I think we're doing all right. Okay. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to, we're going to do we're going to do this recharge remedy, and then we're going to do a breakout room, right? So we're going to open up with these practices. Okay, we're going to open up with these practices, and congratulations on everything that you guys received. That's actually really beautiful. I'm so glad that I included it in the quest. Yeah, I have a sense, I don't know which of you, but I have a sense that there's going to be 2 or 3 of you that this is going to be the bomb for you, that this is going to be a go-to tool. So just my encouragement would be to keep practicing, because so many of you receive so much. Thank you. So just now, with our recharge remedies, so last week we started looking at plants, and today we're going to look at earth remedies. And and then we're going to be looking at, next week we're going to look at color, and then we're going to create our own posse essences. But with this programming of earth remedies, so basically what am I talking about? It could be a crystal, it could be shells, it could be rocks, or it could be actually communing directly with the elements, like with fire, with earth, with air, with water. That is also a thing. I thought that I would, and you can work directly with any of these, but I thought that I would start the one that I would do, because we're not going to get time to do a programming or a connection with all of them. I thought I would do a crystal, because most people have a crystal lying around somewhere. And it's one that you can program to support you in the quest in whatever way you want. So what I would love is for you to grab that crystal now, And after this little process, I'm going to pop you in the breakout rooms you'll have some options of what to do in there. You'll have a paired experience in the breakout rooms. So what we're going to do now, let's kick this little musical situation off again. And what I want you to do is grab that crystal and you may want to actually just hold it. Now, I have one that I'm going to use is, I have this crystal that actually is one of my most sacred pieces, and I dropped it on the rocks at Lake Tekapo in New Zealand, and it split wide open. And I'm just trusting that that means that this crystal wanted to be infused with the lake energy and the energy of that land, which is incredibly sacred for me. It's my favorite place on the planet. And apparently that energy wanted to go into my crystal. So trusting whatever crystal you've chosen, that this crystal's ready to work with you today. And the first thing I want you to do is, as you hold this crystal, either in one hand, the other, or both, is to just tune in and just see. We're going to do the full see process in a second, but firstly, just seeing from your soul, do you have an intention that you are really seeking support from this crystal? Now, when you form the bond, that intention might shift slightly, and that is okay. So just making sure you've still got your pen and paper next to you, but just tuning in to start. I find when you're programming a crystal, it's nice to have an intention that's really clear. And then you can see if the crystal wants to tweak that intention, or the crystal begins communing with you and saying, hey, wait a minute, I can't do that, but I can do this. How's that feel? And you're like, yes, that's the bomb. Let's go. All right. So just tuning into your intention. We turn to crystals because they are a living being. They are emerging between the magic posse and the earth posse because they are a physical item, but within every crystal is an elemental, some type of fairy being that is the guardian of that crystal. So crystals are super special. And so what we want to do as we form our intention is we want to remember that we're not here to control the crystal. This crystal is not our biatch. We are here to form a very sacred connection with this object so that we can work together. Because crystals want nothing more than to support us. If a crystal is in your life, it wants to work with you. It is aching to be programmed. It wants specificity. So tuning into your intention just to kick off. And now we're going to form our bond. So just slowing down again, just our big zhuzh. Landing. Landing. Taking some deep breaths. We're already nice and centered because we've already done a big, beautiful, deep process. I want you to see yourself now forming a bond. So that's going to start by expanding your auric field, your biofield, your aura, extending it out and surrounding the crystal, including that to surround the little crystal being. If the little crystal being has stepped out of the crystal, and you might already be feeling or sensing that little being, with their permission, of course, if they're okay with that. And then getting the energy from that crystal, tuning in if the crystal is okay for you to spread its auric field and to expand that around you so that you are forming a bond, now one, for the process of this experience. And now forming a more formal bond, like the avatar tail, whatever way is right for you. You might have a little magical umbilical cord coming out of your navel, connecting. You might have some magical threads coming from your heart or your third eye, whatever is right for you, your base. Trusting yourself with your bond. And now, I want you to begin exploring this energy. Exploring the energy. Like a child. And just seeing immediately, does anything land? Does anything land just immediately? In response to your intention? Is the little guardian of the crystal connecting with you saying, hey, I can do this, but only in this way? Or yeah, I can totally do that. Or actually, this would serve you more. Is it fine-tuning your intention? And we're going to do one round through the 7 psychic languages just to see what comes. Starting with seeing as you hold the crystal, or anything you see, does anything come up with sight, images, symbols, flashes of color, anything at all? Jotting those down because your crystal is starting to communicate with you. Your little crystal guardian, gorgeous little cutie, is starting to help. Tuning into hearing now, our audience. Is there anything you hear? Sounds of nature, human sounds, animal sounds. Words, songs, sentences. Any sounds, jotting those down. And now tuning if there's any smells or tastes. Any smells or tastes as you tune into your crystal, forming its bond. Any smells or tastes. Sense of nature. Any smells from the natural world. Plant smells, food smells, life smells, people smells, tastes of food, tastes of things in the air. Remembering that the messages can mix the senses together. You might taste an emotion. You might hear a sensation. It can all get jumbly, and that's perfect. That's how they roll. Moving over to the other side of our 7 psychic languages now, over to our sense, our sensations. You get any sensations through your body as you connect and form your bond with this crystal? Is there any initial message for you as you have formed this union? Warmth, coolness, celebratory kind of energies. Moving towards, retracting away from, just tuning in. Now going to our emotional center, our clair empathy. Are there any feelings in your body that come to you? This can be a big one working with crystals because they are master healers. And so tuning in, if there are any emotions that come to you, perhaps the crystal is showing you an emotion inside you that it wants to support you with healing. Just jotting anything down. And then clair-knowing. Is there anything you just know? The claircognizance. Anything you just know. That is part of your journey with this crystal. And now just tuning in with the guardian of this crystal, this elemental being from the magic posse, tuning in with this beautiful little guardian and the physicality that it lands itself in its home, in the crystal itself. Tuning in and seeing, does this guardian have anything it wants you to know or do right now? Is there anything it wants you to know or do right now? If you get a name for the little guardian, fabulous. No problem if not. Sometimes people get a name. And now thanking this crystal for its support, for the formation of this bond. And in this case, what I want you to do now is just check with the crystal what it wants you to do around this bond that you've formed. Check with the guardian, check with the crystal. Is it happy for that bond to just stay? With crystals, because it is actually your crystal, and we have formed a bond intentionally for it to support you, check what it wants you to do with the bond. Does it want you to keep the bond as it is? You know, remove those bonds and just connect when you pick it up and reform the bond every time. Whatever's right for you is perfect. So just now, completing that process with the bond, either separating, staying connected, whatever you need to do at that guardian's request, at the request of your intuition. And just thanking this being, this little crystal, thanking the guardian for whatever you received today, for the beginning of this process. You can either keep holding it or not, whatever's right for you, but just gently, maybe having a little shake, gently returning yourself back into the space. And whew, that actually felt super deep for me. My goodness, I don't actually think I have ever gone as deep with this beautiful split in half crystal activated by Lake Tekapo. I'm looking forward to doing the solo quest and going even deeper. So I'd love for you, we're about to pop into the breakout rooms, but I would love for you to just very quickly pop in the chat. What was that like for you, my loves? What was that experience like for you? How did you go? How did you go in there, my darlings? Were you able to form a bond? Did you feel that there was something there for you with that crystal? How did you go, my loves? Just popping anything in the chat when you're ready. Was there a message? If you got some type of message, did the crystal fine tune your intention? If so, just popping that in the chat. Oh, it's so happy to be of service. It's been waiting. Yeah, they froth. They froth really hard. They actually love it. Yeah, absolutely spot on, honey. Absolutely spot on. They really do love it. What I want to do is this, my loves. Beautiful, incredibly different to my previous experiences. My crystal was stoic. It would not permit me to use it for my intention. I love that. Thank you, John Mark. Thank you for letting us know because that's why I say this is you're working with a living being and you have to actually check with the crystal if your intention is what it wants. And it will tell you if you've got the wrong intention for the wrong crystal. You know, you may need a different crystal for that intention, and then the crystal will tell you, this is what I'm for, homie. No, I am not here as a protection crystal. I am here as like a sexual activation crystal. Yeah? So it'll tell you. Received a deep message that shows me how to deepen the intention I've got. Thank you, Scarlett, Kylia, Neen. A connection like an old friend. Stable, strong connection, but with space between us. Oh, that makes me a bit teary. That is so beautiful. Oh, thanks, guys. So cool, right? How cool is this? Nick, I had one crystal and a crystal in the other room was like, it's me, come and get me. That's what I'm talking about. They're little puppies and they actually froth really hard. And this is like a warning for you now that the crystals in your life know that you are on board, ready to program, they are going to start screaming. They're going to start turning up the dial saying, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. You're going to end up with like 5 or 6 that you're going to work with actively. You wait. Like I told you. All right, my loves, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to pop you into the breakout rooms now and you can either you get the option. So you're going to be in pairs and you're going to get the option. Yeah, that's what happens with your plants. 100% with your crystals. It's about to happen, my loves. So let me double check the breakout rooms. I want to make sure that I have got, yeah. So let's do this. We are going to assign them automatically. We're going to do this. Okay. Beautiful. We're looking good. Okay. And we are gonna. Perfect. So we have got 2 people in most rooms. There's going to be 3 people in one room. And you're gonna get for the 3 people in one room, I will guide you through. For everyone else, anyway, I will guide you through when to swap. Everyone's gonna get a turn to talk. We'll do it in the order of whosever name is closest to the beginning of the alphabet will speak first. And you can either do a reading on someone in that space. You either perform a reading or you do a share. The choice is yours. When it is your turn to talk, you either do a reading on one of the people in that room or you do a share. So you do a share on any of the experiences on your crystal, any of the experiences on your psychometry, or anything that you just feel to share right now. So I am going to pop you darlings in the room. You're going to get about 3 minutes each. For those of you where there are 3 people in the room, you're going to get 2 people each. That's going to be speed bananas. Good luck, tigers. You're going to have to smash that out. All right. So much love to you all. I'm going to get you guys in the rooms and I'll see you on the other side, my loves. Okay, now for those of you in the recording, my darlings, I would love for you to press pause now and my invitation is to do one more practice, either of another practice of psychometry or another practice of programming the crystal and doing another round of that. You could even, rewind and go through the process again. Or to do 1 to 2 readings on yourself, maybe kicking off the area of love, because that's the area of life that we're going to be exploring today. So that is my invitation to you, and I will see you on the other side, my loves. Lovely exchange. Welcome back. Welcome back. A great share. Beautiful. Beautiful. She was awesome. Offered me a shift in perspective. This is what we're doing. We're just bringing the insights and the wisdom to each other. Rock and roll. I love it. We are okay. Nice to have the time to connect. Beautiful. Awesome to connect. Beautiful. Audrey did great on the reading. Amazing, 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 amazing. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm loving it. Loved it. Okay, beautiful. Everyone's vibing. I want to be in the breakout rooms. Damn it, I want to be in there. um, Now we are going to take a 2 minute break. Okay, so 2 minutes. This is a quick stretch break. We've just done a couple of massive processes, brand new skills, brand new processes. And I know that some of you were requesting a little mini break. So this is going to be your 2 minute break. Pop to the loo. And we will then get straight back and jump into our meditation. So see you back in a couple of minutes, my loves. All right, back in 2 minutes, guys. Recording. Yes, welcome back, my loves. Welcome back. We are going to do a journey now. I'm going to take you on a little journey, and this journey is going to be a deep connection with the magic posse, with your magic power of sense. And we are going to start looking at this area of love, getting some questions and answers around this area of love. Good luck to us all, sweet mother. All right, the humans are adorable. So, if you would like to get it, for those of you who have printed out your guidebooks, page 18 of the guidebook is where you have the bits on those four squares on the area of love, on the area of life love. Now I am going to let's just gonna. Okay, so we're going to do our journey looking at the clairsentience. We are going to look at magic posse. We're going to look at the area of love, and that is what you want in front of you. Those four things, if you are using them. If not, blank paper is going to do just fine. So just getting ready to rock and roll, and we are going to kick off our journey, my loves. All right, we're going to kick off our journey. So just having your pen and paper near you and getting into a position where you're comfy. If that means you need to move, just whatever you need to do to be comfy. Just taking a breath again, just landing in your body. And just feeling yourself on the forest path that we are getting to know so well. Anybody who may not have put themselves on mute, just popping yourselves on mute. And just seeing yourself, sensing yourself walking through this path, shards of light, scurrying of beautiful, kind, benevolent animals, crunching of leaves, and you move out into the clearing that you are getting to know so well. And at the base of the clearing is our mountain, leading you right up to your personal soulscape. And up the mountain you go, but today you are just kind of it's like you're being taken on wings, and you are just being lifted up this mountain so effortlessly. You just land at the top of this mountain just with so much ease and grace. So much ease and grace. And when you land at the top of the mountain, you know where you need to go. And it is the Magic Power Palace. You immediately zip towards the Magic Power Palace. And today, the magic power that you are activating is your clairsentience. The sensations that run through your body as meaningful messengers for you. And so I want you to see a little portal within your Magic Power Palace. for the magic power of sensation, your clairsentience. I want you to step into that portal now. And as you do, you step in, and there, as expected, is a lever and a dial. Whatever position that lever is in, you know that we are about to bring that lever all the way down to the bottom into the on position. And whatever position the dial is in, you know that we're about to tune in and get that dial to the number that you desire. So now just tuning in to this dial first. When you look at the dial, whatever number it's on now, what number does it need to be on for you in this moment today? Remembering you can always come back, and just moving that dial to the position that's right for you. And now, tuning in to that lever, whatever position that lever is in. On the count of 3, together we are going to push that lever down and activate the fullness of experiencing sensations through our body as messengers for all areas of our life, but today specifically for love. 1, 2, 3. Pushing that lever down, feeling that activation of sensations through your body, trusting that you have now activated this language of sensations. The absolute extraordinary power of body sensations as a human on planet Earth. The pleasure of warmth and touch, and the way that these sensations can speak to us to give us a no, a feeling of irkiness and retraction, that sense of like, oh, something is off, sensations that feel dark and ominous, or sensations that feel light-filled and magical and wondrous, shivers pouring through our body. Sensations. The blessings of touch with loved ones or pets, or simply touching comfort objects. The miracle of sensation. Trusting that this is now activated to work with you as a messenger. I want you to now see yourself stepping out of that sensation portal, the clairsentience portal, stepping out of the Magic Power Palace, blessing the palace, thanking the palace for your experience here. And I want you to now move over to the Posse Connect portal. That's where we're going right now. Just zip yourself straight over to the Posse Connect portal, because now we are about to do a connection with the Magic Posse. Connection with the Magic Posse. And we're going to start this connection. I want you to first see, as you step in, the different groups of posse. On one side, there's the Ascended team. Perhaps behind you, there's the Earth team. Perhaps to the right, on the other side, there's the Magic Posse. Before you, there's Source or Spirit itself. And I want you to now turn completely towards the Magic Posse. That's where we're going today. And we are going to start with the elementals, the elemental realm, the fairies. I want you to tune in to this energy of the elemental realm and see who wants to come to you today. Are there any unicorns or Pegasus? Are there any gnomes, any fairies, any woodland nymphs, any mer people, any mermaids, any air sylphs, any fire dragons or salamanders, any flower fairies, or any infinite number of beings that work as elementals in the fairy realm, in the elemental realm. Seeing who comes to you today, and whoever comes to you today, I now want you to just tune in. And is there anything they have for you today? Is there any little message that they have for you today as you form your connection with one of your posse from the magical posse? Just jotting that down. They might have a name that comes to you, totally cool either way. And now tuning in to this being from other planets. These beings from other planets, sometimes called star beings, sometimes called aliens. Tuning in to these beings, calling in very specifically the beings that wish you well and that want to work with you to support you. Some of you may feel very connected to the Arcturians, the Palladians. There are beings from many realms. And just seeing, does anybody present for you today? Does anybody present for you today from the alien realm, from the star beings? And if so, is there anything they want you to know or do? And just jotting that down if there is. You may get a symbol appear. You may get an image, a sound, jotting down whatever comes. And now tuning in to the angelic realm, the angels. This is your personal guardian angels, as well as all the archangels, both male and female, the archaea, the female archangels. Every angelic being in every form. This is their realm in the magic posse. I'm just seeing, is there an angel that presents for you today to connect with? Is there an angel for you to connect with today? If so, who are they? And is there a message for you? Anything they want you to know or do? Now, with whatever beings have presented, I want you to imagine, in whatever way feels right for you, forming a bond with all those beings and connecting deeply so that you could continue to receive support from these beings that are here for you, that are part of your core posse of guides. And they will hang around generally as long as you wish them to. If they turn up, they're here because they want to. They will hang around until their mission is complete with you. So forming that bond and strengthening it now in whatever way is right for you, and just feeling that they're probably going to love that. They're going to be into it hard. Thanking these beings. If the beings feel that they want to stay here in the magic, in the Posse Connect portal, they can. And if they feel that they want to join you as you move over to the creation portal, no problem. Whatever's right for you. But now, saying thank you to this portal, we are now going to zip over to the creation portal. I want you to find yourself there immediately at the doorway of the creation portal, standing outside the door and stepping inside the creation portal now. Once again, in the creation portal, as always, I want you to see the 3 different areas of life. On one side, perhaps on the left, but however these are formed is perfect, is the side that is all about you. Before you is the side that is all about life, and perhaps on the other side, maybe on the right, but whatever direction is perfect for you, is all about love. And that's where I want you to face today. Relationships, that's what we're looking at now. The area of life that is about our connections as a human on this planet, about our hearts, about the bonds that we form with our loved ones. And so we are going to start with the area of life. When you look, firstly, I want you to look at this little mini portal within the creation portal of the area of love. And within that, there will be 4 doors. The first door is about partners. The second door is about family. The third door is about friends. And the 4th door is about community. We're going to open all 4 doors now. And the first door that we are going to open is the door that it is about partnership or romantic love. And with this door, what I want you to do is to open that door and to receive a question that you need to focus on for the quest about partnership. Whether you're in partnership or not, this is a question about romantic partnership, sacred union, sacred love. Whatever you need in your life right now about this area, receiving your question, trusting the perfection, and some of you may have had your posse come in here and join you. No problem either way, whether you have or haven't. But with that question now, I want you to ask, is there anything I need to know or do about this question? What do I need to know or do to answer this question? And just seeing, you're starting to get initial answers around this area of relationships and love. What do I need to know or do around partnership? Just seeing what comes. Images, sounds, smells, tastes, sensations, feelings, knowing. Jotting anything down. And now stepping out of that door, or closing that door, and going to door number 2, thanking door number 1 for the information that you've just received, whatever it is. There'll be so many more opportunities to receive more. And opening the door of family, whatever that means to you. Could be your immediate family that you live with. Whatever family is to you, whatever you get a yes to around the area of family, I want you to now open that door and see what question comes that you need to look at in the quest around the area of family. What is your question to focus on for your quest? And now tuning in, what do you need to know or do in response to that question? What message comes to you? Images, sounds, smells, tastes, sensations, emotions, knowing. Trusting yourself. And now closing that door of family, looking at the third door of friendship, opening up that door and seeing what question comes out of that door for you around friends, around your friendships. What question is the most important question for you to ask during the quest to receive wisdom and guidance? Tuning into your question. And what wisdom comes? What do you need to know and do? What do you need to know and do to answer this question around friendship? Trusting your message. And very gently closing that door on friends for the moment and looking at door number 4, which is whatever it needs to be for you. I've put the word community, but it's sort of like your extended world, you know, the greater, more extended humans. Whatever you need to call that. So opening that door now and seeing what question do you need to know around how you interact with the rest of the world. Community, other humans, the rest of the planet, our brothers and sisters on Earth. What's your question for the rest of our fellow beings on the planet? Jotting your question down for the quest. And then tuning in. What do you need to know or do about this area of community? Getting an initial message, kicking it off in this area of love. What do you need to know or do about community in your life right now? Jotting that down. And then closing that door also and seeing yourself step out of the creation portal, thanking those 4 doorways for whatever information came to you to kick off this area of love, wisdom, relating with other beings. beautiful, vulnerable souls, just like you, like all of us, thanking the creation portal for this opportunity to receive these messages. And now immediately finding yourself right at the edge of your soulscape, beginning your journey back down the mountain, once again being glided as though on the wings of an angel or a fairy, just zipping down with absolute effortless grace as though you're flying down, finding yourself at the base of the mountain, moving through the opening, the clearing, stepping back onto the forest path, the crunching of leaves, the shards of light, the scurrying of little creatures, the chirping of birds, and sensing that path land right back in the room where you are right now, right back in your chair. Taking a moment to shake your hands, shake your feet. Just feeling yourself land. And I would love for you to just pop in the chat. How was that experience for you, my darlings? How was that experience for you, my loves? Just when you're ready, I know people are just landing back in their center. It was a big journey. So just landing back in your center when you're ready. Beautiful. Okay, insightful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Landing back in your center, my loves. Anybody else, when you're ready, if you want to pop something in the chat, thank you, John Mark. Reassuring. Thank you, Colleen. Insightful. Powerful. Thanks, Scarlett Kylea. Yeah, it's beautiful. This area of life, definitely the most challenging for me. But we do our best, right? We do our best. We're human. We're on a human ride. My darlings, because, and I know that we are a little soft and fluffy after that process. I know we're a little bit soft and fluffy after that process, but I want to remind you all that everyone just got their friggin', love gem. And as a result of that, a little party in the house, like magic gem party time. So just while you land back, you might have a little moment, a little bit of like magic gem party time, celebrating you all, celebrating those of you who got your practice diamond gems. What did I call those puppies? The devoted diamond keepers. Amazing on your path. And celebrating the sacred time guardians, Team Magic and Team Ascend for your magical sacred time guardian gems today. A little bit of party in the house. Congratulations, everyone. Rock and roll. Bloody awesome. Bloody awesome. Loving it. People feel to do the magic things through. Jumping through the space. Go crazy. If you vibe it. It's a pressure-free zone. Go nuts. All right, my loves. We are now. That is our party in the house. Thank you, Gem Party Time. All right, darlings. We are going to do a super, super, super quick thing before, oh my gosh, tarot, so many things. This was going to be a little bit of a longer segment, but I'm just going to just mention it. I felt that I cannot talk about the area of relationships and love and not mention the power of Tantra. So this is our little homeboy here is into Tantra. He is our little mascot. This little homie, he is the master and he's the one giving you the hot master tips. So he's like, homie, got to talk about Tantra, got to at least mention it. I'm going to admit, creating this slide, yeah, I was a little bit hot under the collar creating this slide. I'm going to admit. Anyway, that's a distraction. You don't need to know that. What I want to say is this: is um, Tantra. It is what a word, right? It's such a loaded word. People can have it mean so many things. I see Tantra as there is something called red Tantra, and there is something called white Tantra, and there is something called pink Tantra. And some of you may already know about this and some of you don't, but basically, White Tantra is the journey that we're on in Master Quest. That is basically the journey of accessing divinity, connecting with divinity via our intuition, via spiritual practices, via like meditations. That is White Tantra. That is our journey. That is what we're doing. Red Tantra is actually using sexual power and sexual magic to access the divine through the eyes of the being before you, through the eyes of this fellow human. So, what you're doing is rather than connecting with posse or connecting with spirit directly, you are accessing the divine through this human. And what you are doing is you are seeking the divinity in their eyes, and they are also an access portal to your divinity and your ascension and your expansion. So that is basically the one-on-one, like not the one-on-one, the in a nugget. That is what Tantra is to me. There is so much that can be shared around this. It's for a whole other thing. I did a feature article in Australian Yoga Life on Tantra, just talking about, the red and the white and the pink, which is emerging between the two, which I think is where I sit, is emerging between the two. But I just felt for those of you, and when I say sexual energy, yes, that's looking through the eyes of another, but also that can start by accessing that sexual energy through your own sexual practices, even when you are not in partnership. So there is a lot of power in harnessing tantric exercises. Many of which involve breathing, to begin accessing this power. Maybe one last thing I'll just mention there is this circular breathing whereby you breathe in, so through the base chakra, you breathe energy in from the earth through the base chakra, right up through all your front chakras. And wait on, let me do this right. Wait on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry. You breathe it in through the crown. Breathe in through the crown, pour them right down through the front chakras, and then you spiral it through your genitals, and then at the base of your spine, you pulse that energy up. If you picture like a trampoline, like exploding and bouncing up, you pulse that energy up and pour it up through your body, right up through your crown, and then you begin doing spirals. And that is this circular energy thing that you can start doing and breathing your energy as you do move the breath down and pulse the breath up. As you breathe in, you're pouring the energy down into your genitals, and then as you breathe out, you pulse the energy up. And that is an activity that is friggin' life-changing powerful. For anyone drawn to it, I just felt to mention it. And that is all I'm going to say on the matter for now. For now, I wish I had more time that we could do a big full-blown chat. That was my intention, but we do not have time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zip you in to your teams because we need to lock in our friggin' mascots, right? So I've got you ready to go in your breakout rooms. I'm going to send you straight in there. You're going to get 2 minutes. That's it. 2 minutes in the breakout room to lock in the exact name that you want to be called. So I've just put here Rainbow Fires. Tell me if that's good. If not, change it. I've put Ascended Orangutans, Magic Posse, you need a name. And then I want you to type it in the chat. And I'm sending you straight in, my darlings. You're going in. Going in, darlings. Welcome back, my loves. Welcome back. All right, my darlings. Do you guys want to pop in the chat? What have we got? What are our names, honeys? What are our names? You guys, someone for the team, someone for each team, just want to pop that in the chat. What are the names that you guys have locked in? Oh my God, you guys are so cool. Oh my God, the Tinkerbell Engorgios? Is that right? The Tinkerbell Engorgios? That is the coolest thing ever. All right. Tinkerbell Engorgios. We will reconvene after today's call and choose a name when Nick is present. Okay, cool. So far, Abby, last time they came up with Rainbow Fire. And so I've just called you guys Rainbow Fires, but you guys can just confirm that, if you want to be like the Rainbow Fire Warriors or whatever you may want to be. Perfect. And Ascended Posse, are you guys happy with Ascended Orangutans? Just checking, because then we're going to be calling you guys these things. Okay. All right. All right. So what we're going to do, you guys can just confirm with me if that name is okay. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to, I really tried not to be over time. We're going to be 5 minutes over again. So I'm going to be super fast. We're going to just zip through this next little bit of the tarot. Now, what we've done so far is we've looked at our thoughts, we've looked at our emotions. We have today we're about to look at our action, and then we're going to look at how this transpires in the physical world. So it's like a little journey that we go on, right? And just that reminder, when a card is upside down, it's not a problem. It's just you're on the journey to the fullness of that card. Could be the opposite or a delay. Okay. Up to orangutan. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. So we've been through our swords journey. I'm not going to go through this again. I was going to, but I'm not going to. So basically, Dark Night of the Soul, it didn't go well. Dr. Sketchy, up at night. That story had to end because, it just wasn't going well. Overcame it, became the boss of the thinking, and then started exploring these emotions, started connecting with people, but something wasn't satisfying. They had to things were being offered. It didn't feel right. They had to come up with their own cups. Magic started being created in the emotional world. They were the boss of their emotions. And then that brings us to the wands. So just, having your wands there, but I'm going to do the most insanely, ridiculously fast zip through the wand journey. The wands are this. Basically, you've gone through the dark night of the soul with the thinking. You've mastered the emotions and you're feeling like a bit of an emotional boss. You're like, man, I've really got myself. And then what do you want to do? You're like, I'm ready for action, ready for action. And so then we start journeying with the wands. And what happens here? We get this idea. There's this illumination going, I want to do something, but what do I want to do? Again, we have the hand with light shining off it. And there's growth coming off the wands. It's like a beautiful landscape. We can tell it feels good. There's a little river flowing. And this homie is in his castle and he's looking out, he's holding the world in his hand, and you can tell he's like, he wants to go somewhere, he wants to go on an adventure, he wants to take some action. So this is like the planning of the journey. What am I going to do? What am I going to discover? And then in the third card, he's on the journey. He's gathering confidence from the journey. You can see that he's stepped away from his castle and he's on the journey itself. Now, by the fourth card, what happens is he's found some good juju along the way. You know, like when you're traveling and you meet cool peeps. He's found some cool peeps. He's having a little bit of party time, going, man, this is what I wanted, to meet some cool people. I'm bloody loving it. Like celebratory vibes all round, you know, like we had where there was party time in the Three of Cups. So he's got a little bit of party time. But as happens in the real world, not everyone is happy for you when you're happy. Some people are like, what are you doing here? You taking the love away from my people. Like, what are you doing here? There's a little bit of tension, a little bit of struggle, bit of conflict. These are like the obstacles that come up when we begin to take action and we begin our journey. And so then what happens after some obstacles come up, maybe some people being a little bit jelly, you know, that you've formed a bond with some of their peeps. You're like, hey, you're in my terrain. I'm not down for it. And then what happens? Once again, I love this card because it looks like the horse is like giving him the eye saying, you know what, homie, we don't need the drama. Stuff them, stuff the drama, stuff the conflict, and once again, I'm walking away. Little homeboy is walking away and he's saying, no, I refuse to engage in that kind of drama. I am going to find my own way. He's got his little wreath. He's celebrating himself and he's rewarding himself for the journey he's taken so far. And you know what he says? He says, I'm going to freaking build my own castle. Maybe that wasn't right. If you don't want me here, I'm gonna do it myself. A little bit like that little red hen. I don't know if any of you had that fairy tale as a child, the little red hen. I'm gonna do it myself. And that's my childhood, not yours. But anyway, then he starts building. He starts building with this vibe. Look at his face. He's like, I can do this. I'm going to defy the obstacles. I'm going to overcome. I have faith in myself. He's a freaking champion. And then what happens in the 8? This is all the wands pouring through the sky. That shows spirit supporting you. That is spirit saying, you have taken action. I am throwing a dog a bone, like speed, alignment, support. It's all happening until card number 9, where he's looking a little bit like, dude, I'm tired. I'm trying to build a castle. I'm trying to build something new, but I'm actually a little bit drained. I'm exhausted. I feel I'm being tested, but he kind of feels like he still needs to push. And so in the 10, you can see he keeps pushing. He's got all his friggin' wands. He's got them all together and he's trying to walk forward holding all those bloody wands, you know, but you can't even see where he's going. And what he doesn't see is that there's actually already a structure ahead of him. Maybe he doesn't even need to build it. Maybe he needs to go and find it, but he's a bit like over responsible for the creation himself rather than co-creating in a magical way with spirit. So this card is a little bit saying, hey, something's out of balance. Just take a chill pill, you know, and have another reflect on like, what do you need to do to make this more easeful? So then what happens as we go to the court cards, he takes a breath. He puts this new gear on, his little outfit with his lizards, and the lizards are all about this shining, standing in front and shining, and they are also about regeneration, you know, because lizards can grow back their own tail. So they have lots of magic. He's got his little lizard cloak on. He's looking at his wand and he's saying, wait a minute, I've got a burst of inspiration here. I am limitless. I am in communion with the divine and I can do this. And then he becomes the knight. He gets excited. He gathers his courage and he says, I can make this better, but I have to do it in communion with spirit. I cannot just try and control everything. I have to take action in an aligned way. And that's where we step into the queen. Look at her with her lucky cat. She is enthusiastic, but she's very aware, very present. She's going to get the job done, but she's going to do it in a way that is with her magic in communion with spirit. She's got the sunflower there as a sign of resilience because sunflowers they grow in the most the soil that has like no nutrients, you know, so that it's a sign of that resilience once again. She's got these lions showing her strength. And then we move into the King of Wands, um, who is once again cloaked in the lizards, just like really connected. He's the visionary leader, knowing that the way to lead is in communion. You take action from a beautiful place, from an inspired place. And that is our journey through the cards, my loves. I would love to, I know that I'm a few minutes over, but I would love to just friggin' pop you guys straight in. I would love to pop you in a breakout room for 2 minutes each to do a super quickie reading. I'm just going to do it and then we're going to wrap up super fast. All right, my loves? So just a super quickie of any area around this area of life. 2 minutes each. You got two people per room. I'm popping you in right now, my darlings. Now, to those of you watching the recording, I invite you now to do a reading on yourself around two of the different questions that you had for this area of love and just see what comes up for you. What do you get for yourself? Totally trusting yourself. And we will see you in a minute to wrap up. Welcome back.
I was
Welcome back, my darlings. Oops.
in the middle of my reading with Paula and I pressed the wrong button.
That's all right. We're all coming back. Welcome back. Welcome back, darlings. Oh, bless you all. Thank you so much, and I apologize for being a little bit over. Now, I just want to do. Okay, we are going to wrap up now. We are going to wrap up now. And congratulations on all of you, my darlings, for the mission 4. We've made it through mission 4, friggin' legends. Just wanted congratulations on getting your love gems. This is where we're up to so far in master gifts. So we got 2 more to go before we get our master gift. And I wanted to just show you this is what's coming as a little taster. We've got quest 2, our master crown, and then we've got quest 3, our honor wand. I just wanted to show you, give you a little teaser, if you will. And reminder, Sacred Time Guardians, who's going to be the Sacred Time Guardians and who is going to be the Devoted Diamond Keepers. Let's see what happens. And also that reminder around the Grand Master Quester Award that we are watching next week. If you would like to bring some dream notes for the next week, you may already have a dream journal. If you don't, if you want to use any notebook, otherwise in the email I'm going to send you a sheet to jot down your dreams. Also bring many colored things, scarves, clothing. We're going to play with color and observe how that makes us feel. That is going to be what the little dream journal thing looks like when I send it to you, my darlings. Practice party time. Next week is the first one, then week 7, then week 9. We kick off at 9:15 when we wrap up next week. And for those of you who haven't joined the hub, jump in there. And that is it. We've made it. Oh my God. I want to say thank you so much. Is there anything in the recording, any questions for the recording before I wrap up? And I am very sorry that I am 14 minutes over. Not okay. Anyway, this was, every process took like a lot longer than I intended. But I'm learning. So just checking if there's any questions before I wrap up. Any questions, my darlings? And if not, I'm going to close the recording, press stop, and say thank you so much, whether live or whether on the recording. Thank you so much for being a part of Master Quest, and I will see you in the next mission, my darlings. So let me